What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's sketch lesson, we'll strengthen your drawing fundamentals with a step-by-step tutorial on how to draw the Inkling boy from Splatoon. For today's lesson, we'll need a sketch pad and a pencil. I'll start off using this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B lead, but any pencil you have will work just fine. Now the first thing you want to do is define the proportions and pose of our character before we get into the details. So I'm going to start by locating the head. On the top right side, we're just going to lightly sketch out a large circle. And this circle doesn't have to be perfect, just going all the way around. Just take your time with this. You can always go back to smooth this out as best you can. Now let's add two guidelines in the center of that circle, starting from the very top of the middle, and then lightly sketch a line coming down, and then go across in the center from left to right. Now with the head, I want to turn the face over towards the right side. So we're going to connect the top of this line along the top and bottom with a curve going out. We're going to go halfway along this line to right about here, and then back in towards the bottom. I'm also going to tilt the head down, so we want to connect these 2 points with a slight curve coming down and then up. Now this becomes the center of the face. Let's add some shape to the body. I'm going to turn the body over towards the left, so we're going to start from that center point, bend this out and then down towards the hip, move over toward the left, draw another curve. Now we're going to draw a circle going across the bottom of the body. From here we're going to pose out the legs. The left leg, we're just going to kick this out. From the side of our circle, it's going to go out. Draw a small circle for the knee. Come down and in towards the ankle. And a small circle along the bottom. Now let's go all the way over towards the right side. It's going to bend this down towards the knee. Add a small circle. Angle this out towards the ankle, and again, drawing a smaller circle. Now with the head turned over towards the right and the body turned to the left, we're going to place the right shoulder up here. Let's draw a small circle on the top of the body, and in the center, we're just going to stretch the arm across towards the elbow, add a small circle, go up towards the hand. Now with the hand, we're just going to draw a square just to define the size of the palm. Now I'm going to block out the size of that cannon in behind that hand. So let's start up here. I'm going to go up in an angle, flatten this off. Now this is a long rectangle coming across towards the bottom. I'm just going to close this off. Now let's connect these 2 points with an oval for the front face of the cannon. We're going to do the same thing across the bottom. Now along the bottom, we're going to draw a small square for the left hand, holding the trigger and the handle. And then from here, the arm is just going to go up in behind the body. Now that we define the pose and proportions of our character, let's add a second level of detail. I'm going to start by adding some thickness to the arms and the legs. So we're going to connect the top of the circle with a straight line, also across the bottom, and then from the elbow going up towards the hand. Let's do the same thing with the legs. From the knee going up towards the body, and then from the outside of those 2 circles coming down towards the ankles. Let's add some volume to the foot. Starting from the bottom of the ankle, we're going to come down, flatten this off. Now I'm just going to pull this up towards the outside. And then on the right side, we're going to come straight down on the left, flatten off the foot, and then pull that back up. Now I'm going to go back and clean this up by erasing those joints in the center of the arms and legs. Now let's go in and add some detail to the face. We're going to start from that center point, curve the eye going up, and then down towards that center line, towards this seam. Let's curve the bottom of the eye coming down and then back up. Now from the center, we're going to go up towards the right, and then pull that down towards the side of the head. Do the same thing across the bottom, coming down and then bending that up. Let's trace the inside of the eye, starting up here along this line, going up towards the top, coming around the side, and then along the bottom, also along the right side. Let's curve the center of the mask in the middle, on the top, and then the bottom. So we're just rounding that out. Now from that center line, it's going to bulge out the nose, going out and then back in, step down. We're going to shift the mouth up toward the left, then add a small bracket. Now I'm going to draw the character looking towards us. So in the center of the left eye, we're going to draw a circle, Draw a smaller circle in the center. Just going to roughly fill that in. Now over on the right side, we're going to tuck this underneath the eyelid and draw the edge of the pupil inside. Let's give the character some eyebrows. From the eyes, we're going to go up and then out, round up the eyebrow, and then come back down. Now with the cheeks, we're going to add some shape to the face. We're going to go out, round the cheek, and then pull that in towards the bottom of the head, round out the brow, and go up towards the top. Now over on the left side, we're going to add the ear, going out and up, and it's down and in. Now you see the right ear, just the tip going out and back in along the side. Now you can draw the edge of the hairline. From the top of the forehead, we're going to come down toward that center seam, go above the eyebrow, come down on the side, and bend that up towards the ear. Now I want to add some volume to the back of the head. We're going up and just building this out. On the top left side, let's add that band. Those extensions going out, around, and then in. Let's add a second one along the back, coming around and then in. Now they have some more detail in the face. Let's work our way across the body. With the shoulder, we're just going to bulge the shoulder up across the bottom of the head. Just going to build up the volume of the arm, just going out towards the wrist. Now from the bottom, coming out towards the elbow, and then up. Let's separate the cuff with a curve, and then the sleeve on the top of the forearm. Let's round out the back, coming in towards the hip, and then down the side. Let's draw the back side of the body, coming around towards the hip. Just going to close off the shirt along the bottom with a curve. Now I'm going to come in and add some more details later. Let's go back and add some detail to the hand. We're going to start with the thumb. From this top corner, going up, then in towards the wrist. Now we're going to separate the fingers, going across the barrel of the gun, and back in. Just layer some fingers in behind. Now I'm going to add some detail to that bottom hand. Just going to start with the thumb, wrapping around the handle. Then we're going to add the first finger, second, just layering these little ovals across the bottom of the hands, the fingers, and then the palm. Now I don't want to get too detailed with this gun, so we're just going to start with a simple trigger across the top finger. I'm just going to add a little bit of detail across the base, going across towards the top. And we'll add the end. Now we're going to add that large cannon across the shoulders, across the back coming down. Add an oval across the bottom for the base and go back up, and just add a cap across the bottom. And also build up the volume of the legs. Let's start from the outside thigh, going out. Just going to round out the bottom of the shorts, and then pull that back in. Drawing the right leg on top. I'm just going to round out the knee, coming down towards the shoe. Now I'm just going to simplify the detail around the shoe. So around the base of the legs, I'm just going to draw an oval. Just going to build up the volume of the shoe, coming down towards the heel, and then along the inside of the foot. Separate the laces quickly, and add the tongue. I'm just modifying the shape of the foot. So just observing the shapes and the angles. And just roughing that in. Now at this stage we're going to go back and erase all those guidelines I'm going to clean this up before getting into some more detail and shading. And once I finish cleaning up my drawing, I'm going to switch to my 0.9mm pencil and start adding some more details. We can also refine the shapes. So going across the eyes first. I'm just adding the contrast. Now I can just modify some of these shapes. So I'm going to lift up that point on the side. Also adding some more expression by bringing down the brow. And I'm going to darken up the center of the pupils. Just darken up the outside edge of the mask. From the eyes, it's going to work our way out. So I'm going to go back to the eyebrows. Texture to the hair, a couple lines going up. I'm just going to simplify some of this detail on this gun. So I'm going to start with those ridges first, and we'll add layers after. Just gonna go back and do one final cleanup. Now as we near the end of a drawing, I'll add a few more details and shading, and always be sure to sign our artwork. And there's a sketch illustration of an Inkling boy from Splatoon. If you found today's lesson helpful, give it a like and share it with someone else who's also learning how to draw. You can find more step-by-step lessons in our full sketch course playlist linked below, or explore other topics across this channel. I want to thank you for joining me today. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next one.